Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I am working on a double page 6x8 layout. This is for photos from New York. It's for Hamilton Grange, the house where Alexander Hamilton lived when he moved uptown. And this is a multi-page layout and I'm struggling. So I'm hoping I can figure out something for all of these. This even has a flip out, and then I have this, and then this is on the back side. I'm struggling because I actually have some Hamilton cards, because of course I do. Hamilton is probably my favorite musical ever. I've seen it both on stage and I've seen the Disney version 100 times, no more than 100. If I'm honest, it's probably more than 100. I've seen it a lot. So I have cards. I also have a stamp set that is specific to Hamilton, so I could stamp if needed. I have these little doodads here, but I'm actually going to New York in October to see Hamilton on stage. Leslie Odom Jr. is coming back to reprise his original role as Aaron Burr, and I got tickets for it. So I'm going for that. I might save those and use it for that instead. But for these, I got to figure out what to do here. So this all looks good together. But when I open this up, I have nothing here or here. I had this photo that I wanted to use. The problem is it clashes with everything. That bright yellow and the blue does not really go with anything. So I'm not quite sure how to use it. I suppose I could put it here, but I really don't like the way the color looks. And I thought like, oh, maybe I could make it work because this has yellow and blue. It's not the same yellow. This is gold. That's yellow. Then I thought, well, could I cut around this? Like fussy cut it, the blue, and just put it on here? Maybe, but look how this looks when this is closed. I don't like that at all. So I really don't know what to do on the inside of this. I don't know what I had planned originally that I thought I needed a flip out here. I just don't remember. But this is how I had it stuck in the album when I dropped in the photos. Now this together I love. That's fine. So I think finding a card there is not that difficult. This, that might be a little more of a challenge, but I have some generics or I could make my own. It's really this part that I'm struggling with. I just do not know what to do with this. I may have come up with a solution and it's not at all what I thought. So in my other photos that I didn't print to use, I have two that are kind of this grayish color in the background, and they talk about the history of Hamilton Grange. I have two. They're just like info boards on the wall, kind of. I could make them into a 4x6 collage and print them like together and just drop them in one of these pockets, and then still use this. I don't know what I would do for a journaling card, but I also have two other shots of this, of the house, where I think you can almost see it better than here because you can see kind of like the sign is cut off and you only see like part of the house. I do have one that it's a little bit better, but I'm just wondering, like, is that overkill? Do I want two in there that are kind of the same but a different angle? Normally I would say no, but I just don't know what to do with the rest of these. And I just don't think these are going to work, which is unfortunate, but I just don't see how I'm going to fit those in there. All right, here's the collage of the two 3x4s that I had that were all about the history. And I noticed that a tiny bit on both of these got cut off here, even though it looked correct when I sent it to print, but it's not enough that I really care. You can tell what it's supposed to say, so I think I'm going to leave it. At first I thought, oh my God, this is going to be so busy, but look at it. I don't think it looks bad. This color, like, it works there. And I mean, it is busy, but I don't think like it's so busy that I shouldn't do it. And that takes care of kind of this. I could put an embellishment here too to kind of break it up a little bit. So I'm thinking about that. Now, I still need stuff for over here, and I could do the other angle, like I said, of the house. I might, just to have something, and then I can have a filler card where I can journal. I may have come up with something here. I'm thinking about it. I have this card. Awesome. Wow. Obviously that's from the show. I like that it has the green. It does have that yellow in there, but I feel like here it's not as distracting. Now I've also pulled out my Hamilton stamps. I'm thinking I might take this one and stamp on it and do the I'm not throwing away my shot. Maybe kind of up top here, like that. And then I'm just wondering, like, I have to build a card for here. Normally, I do not like having two pocket cards next to each other, but I think I'm going to have to do it here. I don't like the idea of having two different angles of this when they're really not needed. So I'd rather just do cards then. But I have to figure out, what should I do? I don't want to do this one because it's more about the show. Now, this one might work. I could do a card up here with that. Maybe add in one of these phrases. They're all kind of large though. That's the problem. I also could just do that and then put some kind of a phrase label or I don't know, something underneath it, like just to show like, yeah, it's Hamilton, whatever. So I think that's what I'm going to do though. So I do have to stamp. So I'm going to have to get my ink pad here and get a block and get ready to do that part. Well, you guys, I'm an idiot. We all have our moments, right? I was all ready to do this. And then I remembered, hey, I have stuff, memorabilia. And I knew I bought some stickers and things. So I have this that's from Hamilton Grange that I need to put in. Plus, I have this man. I have to do this somewhere. And stickers come with it. So I'm going to have to go through there because surely with whatever is in here, I can make a card with that. I've made a card here. I went with a gray background to match those gray photos. I used these 3 stickers, which are awesome. Don't forget to write that's from the show. This statement is not. It's from the Federalist Papers, which the Federalist Papers are mentioned in the show. So that's pretty cool too. I'm going to put this down here and I'm going to do a little bit of ink splattering and I'm going green, this olive vine color, because they were green in the photos because they were outdoors. And then I kind of want to work in the theme sort of because he was Secretary of the Treasury and all about money. He's got a green jacket just as he does in the show. I feel like green is fitting too. So I'm going to do that. And I hope this turns out okay. It just felt too flat without it. So I felt like I needed something. Was that enough? Let's see. Doesn't need to be everywhere. Let's see how it looks without this. You know what? Less is more. I could try to get some there, but I'm afraid I'll end up doing too much. So I think maybe I'll leave it. Okay, so I have that drying over there, which is fine. We don't need to worry about it right now. See, there it is. For this, I want to be able to journal a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this scratch piece of paper that I just used for the inking, cut it down a little bit, like it's a little too wide, but I'm going to put it across and maybe rip it for the side, or maybe just do this, something, but that's where I will do my journaling. All right, there we go. So I tore the end, cut this down a little bit. Now I can just cut off what I don't need here. Yeah, and now I can do my journaling. I do need something up here. When this is closed, you will see this corner, so I want something up there. I do have all of these phrases that are about like museums and history. So I'm going to go through there and see if there's anything that might match. It's probably going to have to be blue though, because I don't really have anything green. It's all just these colors that you see here. It's like 3 or 4 colors. I could maybe do a dark brown if it worked, but those are kind of my only options. I found these in the phrases. They both say landmark. I thought maybe this one at first, but I think it might blend in too much, like it's too dark. But then I have that one. I think maybe that one is the better option. Save this, use it for something else. I got plenty of historical sites that I've been to in my travels. So I think it will be the blue one, and I can add that next. I decided to change things up a little bit. I cut down this photo, took a piece of green scrap that I had, and then just did this saying that is history, because obviously it's very historical, and it matches this. Same color background, same color font. So it's ended up quite busy, but that's okay. And then this is the inside. I will do my journaling later. So that's awesome that that's done. This side, I'm going to be honest, I am just going to slap on one of these phrases, I think, because look at the dark red, like the brick red that's in here. it's the right color to match this stuff. So I'm going to pick out something from there and call it good. So for this one, I just chose the word document. I figured that works well because I'm documenting it, and this is part of historical documents, what he said. So it fits for both. And you know what? Since I had to spend so much time on this flipping one, I like it that this one was quick. So now that's done. And then I have to figure out what do I want to do with that next one that I had. To fill in the rest of this page, it's actually going to be easier than I thought. I'm using this card from the Hamilton set. I can see I didn't quite cut it correctly, so I need to trim it down, but I'm going to just do it like that. I think the skin tones work fine together, so I have that, and then I just need to figure out, like, can I do one of these phrases down here? I've decided to switch this up a little bit here. I decided to move these two cards. So this one will be the first thing you see on this page. I'm going to use this one that says event, this little strip. And then I didn't think I was going to use another one. I thought I would just have one over here. But since I'm doing this, I kind of like the idea of having never forget right here. And then you can read the saying, his words. So I think together that will be great. All right, I have that all put together. I did put a mini staple in there. I think I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to end up doing the other side of this and then figuring out what to do with this and this. I'm going to do those separately because the video is already getting kind of long. But here's what we ended up with. We have this. And then these two will sit together. I'm very happy with the way they look. It was certainly a bit of a challenge to get these done, but I'm happy with them. So here's more done for New York. Thanks for watching.